If you know 3,000 words in English, you can pretty much say anything that you need to say. I'm teaching 3,000 words in 3,000 days. Let's take a look. Competitive. Competitive. Notice when I say competitive, the T's are pronounced like D's here. Competitive. The synonyms of competitive are so competitive is when two people are, like this picture shows, they're fighting against each other, but you can be competitive in a good way. Competitive can be assertive, performance driven. If something is really competitive, it is profitable. It means it will do well. This is really a competitive product. A competitive product means this is going to do well. A competitive market means that there is a lot of competition. That means there are many products in this market that do well. A cutthroat competition. Cutthroat. Cutthroat means, so here's your throat, cutthroat competition, or if something's really cutthroat, it means that it is so competitive that it is a negative experience, or it's just super competitive. Goal-oriented, and we should put hyphens between these words for performance-driven and goal-oriented. They need hyphens. The reason we put hyphens between these words is because the idea, we're using it as an adjective, performance-driven. We're using it as an adjective, and we're using it as one idea, performance-driven or goal-oriented. So we put a hyphen between it. If something is really competitive, it can be innovative. For example, if the product is competitive, it's probably an innovative product. And so those are some synonyms for competitive. So the tournament was highly competitive with teams from around the world battling for the championship title. Highly competitive. Highly means a lot. Highly competitive is the way that so notice we don't say high competitive. We say highly competitive. Highly is an adverb. We can tell because it has the ly on the end. Most adverbs have a ly on the end, and with a few exceptions, the ly on the end means that it's an adverb. But an adverb doesn't only talk about verbs, it also modifies adjectives. And in this case, the tournament was highly competitive. This adverb highly is talking about competitive. So we often put highly competitive together. The tournament was highly competitive with teams from around the world battling for the championship title. Competitive means anytime that you have more than one group trying to be the top. Business can be competitive. In the tech industry, staying competitive requires constant innovation and adaptation to market trends. Competitive can be ambitious. Her competitive nature pushed her to excel in both academics and extracurricular activities. her competitive nature. The store offers competitive prices, making it a popular choice among budget-conscious shoppers. Competitive prices. So if something has competitive prices, that's a good thing. It means that the prices are getting lower and lower because stores are competing with each other to make the prices lower. Despite their competitive rivalry on the field, the players shared a mutual respect of it. So a competitive rivalry. A rivalry is when two people are pitted against each other. Maybe they're enemies. There's a rivalry. But a rivalry is a friendly kind of competition. If you know anything about American sports, you know that the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox are rivals. They're both baseball teams. And if I wear my Boston hat to New York, all of the fans in New York will get mad at me and say, no, you're rooting for the wrong team. But if someone from New York wears a New York Yankees hat in Boston, the same thing's going to happen because there's a really strong rivalry between New York and Boston baseball teams. The opposite of competitive would be cooperative. So if you're competitive, you fight against. If you're cooperative, you work together. The noun for competitive is competition. Competition. Now notice if I say competitive, the accent is on this E. But if I say competition, the accent is on this I. Notice also that I'm no longer making this T sound like a D. Competition. When the syllable gets to be accented, then I say the T. Competition, not competition. Competition. The verb is to compete. And the adjective is competitive. I even spell, no, I always spell this word wrong. Competitive. Competitive. Now notice, so here, this T gets the T, competition. This T gets D, competitive. That has to do with where the accent falls. The adverb is competitively. Competitively. What? He said competitively. I really hope that you enjoyed this word. I want you to use it at least 5 times today. Like and subscribe, and please send me your questions and comments. I look at those, and if you have any questions about English, please ask. I will answer it in the comments. I might even make a video about it. So I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.